Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream of the day. So you are at the live stream where I will be talking about IELTS reading, in which we will be talking about the fill in the gaps, the question. Okay. Just give me a second. I will return to our screen. Can you see me? Can you hear me? If you can see me, you can hear me, can you just let me know? Because I'm just a very low-tech person. I cannot see so much here. So I'm not sure if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know, okay? I'm just going to open my... Just give me a second. Okay, so I'm here. Hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? And welcome to our live of this week. I am so sorry for being late. I was having a little bit of a technical issue because I was trying to figure out how to set this up. I messed up a little bit, so a little bit funny here. Right, so how are you guys doing? And is there anything new that you want to share with me? Okay, right here we already have some questions. How are we going to distinguish between false and true? False and not given. Now, today we are not going to talk about true, false, not given. I did have a live some time ago about this, and if you want, you can go to my Instagram and watch the video. However, I don't know if you can find it. I mean, I'm not sure. So okay, so after this live, if you don't mind, give me a DM and I will try my best to find the video and share with you. I did a live about true, false, not given not very long ago, so I hope that it's still there. So thank you very much for joining me in today's live. As usual, I am live now on Instagram for sure, and I just started live on YouTube. I hope that we will have a great session together. So my target is to help you learn the IELTS, not learn the IELTS exam, learn how to solve the IELTS exam in like the best way possible. So I do have some services if you are interested in joining, but the lives are always for free, and it is on Instagram, on YouTube. I try my best to get it done also on on TikTok, but some reason, I don't know, I just couldn't do it. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. So in today's live, we will be talking about IELTS reading, and we will be talking about a type of question, in my opinion, you either hate it or love it. I don't normally see people both love it and like in the middle. Okay, so I always see people who absolutely love filling the gaps, and they do very, very well in filling the gaps. But I also have my clients who absolutely hated filling the gaps. So there's no in between. Do you have problems with filling the gaps? So like in IELTS reading, do you have problems? I'm just gonna try my best to read as many comments as possible, okay? If I missed your question, I am so sorry. Just ask me one more time. Do you have any problems with filling the gaps, and do you have any experience to share? Just let us know in the comment section. In today's session, we'll be talking about IELTS reading, and I hope that this is the only session you need for the IELTS reading and for this particular filling the gaps. And as I said, filling the gaps are kind of like either hate or love relationship with people. So I hope that you love filling the gaps, but if you hate filling the gaps, this is where you're going to learn everything you need to know about filling the gaps. And I would like to kindly request you to not share my screenshots without giving me some credits, okay? Because this live is taken, all the materials are taken from my own written material, and I really appreciate it if you share and tag me and tell people that this is from me. Don't just take and screenshot and share without giving me a credit, okay? And if you like the live, you should interact with me, because there will be questions for you, and there will be like time for you to answer questions and to also learn some more. And I would like to welcome you guys to Everything IELTS Reading, and in today's session we will be talking about filling the gaps. So we have here some things. Okay, you don't have any problems with filling the gaps, but you still want to learn. I love the spirit, and learning is such a long process, and we should continue learning, right? We learn every day. Keywords are essential when it comes to filling the gaps. Okay, it's a very good point, and I will also be talking about keywords in a little bit. Okay, so we are going to start now. I will tell you the agenda of today's session. So I will try my best to make it just 45 minutes, so you don't have to stay like very long with me, because I know that a session that is longer than 45 minutes normally doesn't do very well. So the first part will be me talking about the theory of filling the gaps, what it is, and how we are going to achieve the maximum score for filling the gaps. And then we will move on to the second part of the session, which is some exercises, and I would like you to join the exercises, because if you learn the theory and you don't practice, it doesn't make any sense, right? And do let me know if you have any questions, and if I speak too fast, if you cannot hear me whatsoever. Okay, so we're gonna start now. So how am I gonna move this? I am such a low-tech person. All right. How am I doing this? Okay, here. So I'm just gonna show you now fill in the gaps. This is an example of filling the gaps. So filling the gaps are the type of questions where you have to look at the text. As you can see on the screen, there is a text here, and you will have to answer a few questions. And on the screen here, you can see this is advanced filling the gaps. And I don't know why it is showing here, but I'm going to show you the basic. Okay, sorry, this is the basic. Okay, so on the left hand side you see this is a text, and on the right hand side you see there are some questions. What you need to do is to read the text, get some words from the text, and answer the questions on the right. If I'm not preparing, of course you can stay. Everybody can stay for the session. In the session we discuss more than just the agenda of the question. We discuss a lot of different things. The thing here is that this is just an example, guys. This is an example. I'm not asking you guys to do exercise just yet. So just look at this one, okay? You don't have to read anything like this. This is not what you have to read. I'm just giving you an example of what filling the gaps look like. Okay, and somebody is asking for the PDF. This is not a PDF. This is actually on my website, practice9.com, practice9.co. I'm just gonna, how am I gonna do it? Okay, this is on the left hand side of the screen. You see here? Yeah, okay, so www.practice9.co. Okay, so you can get free practice tests on my website. The website has been running for almost 3 years now, and I've been providing free practice tests for almost 3 years for almost 10,000 people at the moment. So feel free to go to the website, create your account, and get this exercise for free. Everything, all the practice tests for the IELTS exam on my website are for free. Okay, so at the moment I am not asking you to do any exercise yet, because we haven't talked about the theory. What I'm asking you to look at is to look at this, and you recognize that this is the type of filling the gaps that I'm talking about. This is the traditional type fill in the gaps. Okay, you read the text and you will have to take some words from the text to answer the questions. Yes, my website is free. You can create the account for free, and you can do the practice test entirely for free. Right, so I'm going to show you the next one, which is actually I already showed you, but this is the one. So this is an advanced type of fill in the gaps, and normally only show up in IELTS academic. Okay, so your job in this type is to read the text, get some words from the text, and compare to the given words here, and choose a given word to answer the question. So basically, you have another step to go, which is choosing the correct words from the given words. Okay, and this is only in IELTS academic. Normally, it doesn't show up in IELTS general training, so you don't have to worry about this. All right, now you know what fill in the gaps look like, and we will go back to one of the comments previously. So someone said that we need to look at keywords in filling the gaps, and this is such a tricky part of the IELTS reading exam, because if you have taken any of the live with me, you know that keywords are the traps in IELTS reading, because sometimes they do very well, like they do their job very well, but sometimes their job is to trick you into getting wrong answers, and I will explain why. So we move on to the next slide. Okay, the first thing you need to understand about filling the gaps is that in filling the gaps, the words that you have to use to answer the questions are keywords of the sentence, are keywords of the questions. So this is why I was talking about keywords just now. What are keywords? Can anybody tell me what keywords are? Like your understanding of a keyword. How do I know if a word is a keyword in a sentence? Can anybody tell me? Okay, I'm just waiting. I think there's a little bit of a gap between your what you see and what I say over here. So I just want to you guys to know that okay, very good. Okay, we have a question here. Somehow I cannot see the comments on YouTube. I am so sorry. I'll make sure I learn this later. But anyway, over here we have somebody saying that names, dates, proper nouns. Very good. Very, very good point. And I will tell you in a little bit why your answer is very on point. Okay, so we have keywords are names, dates, numbers, proper nouns. Okay, very good. Maybe synonym, dates, nouns, adjectives. Okay, very good. So I don't understand what you mean by synonym, but nouns and adjectives are normally keywords in a sentence. So in general, keywords are words that mean the most in a sentence. Okay, keywords are words that mean the most in a sentence. So if you want to know if a word is a keyword in a sentence or not, it is very simple. Remove that word from the sentence, and if you can still understand the meaning of the sentence, it is a keyword. It is not, sorry, if you still can understand of the meaning of the sentence, it is not a keyword. Okay, I repeat, I'm kind of like somehow making a mistake here. A word is a keyword of a sentence. You can tell simply by removing that word from the sentence if you still can understand the meaning of the sentence, or if you remove the word and you can understand it still, it is not a keyword. Okay, and if you remove the word and you cannot understand the meaning, or the meaning is not clear anymore, that word is a keyword. Okay, so a keyword is a word that carries the meaning of the sentence, basically. Okay, and grammatically speaking, we often have names, numbers, proper nouns. You have adjectives. Verbs are normally keywords in a sentence. So in filling the gaps in IELTS reading, the words that we are looking at, the answers to the sentences, the answers to the questions in filling the gaps in IELTS reading are normally keywords. Okay, I would say I have never done any exercise that the missing words are not keywords. Okay, so you can say, I would say 100%, but I don't want to use the number 100% because nothing is 100 in the percent in life. But yeah, you may not find a word that is not a keyword being the answer to fill in the gaps. Okay, so make sure that you understand that. It is getting a little bit difficult for you to understand. That is why I'm speaking a little bit slowly here, because I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. Now, the reason there was an answer before saying that names, dates, nouns, proper nouns are keywords in a sentence, and I said that it was a fantastic idea, a fantastic answer, and this is why. So normally, the most possible answers in filling the gaps are nouns, including names, okay? Verbs, adjectives, and numbers, okay? Because these are most likely the keywords. So if you have a fill in the gap question, it is very, very likely that the word that is missing, the word that you need to find to answer this question, is a noun or a verb or an adjective or a number. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you ever feel confused with this kind of question, you can have like some sort of a filter. Okay, here are the most possible answers that you can get for IELTS reading fill in the gap questions. Okay, and less possible answers are adverbs. Sometimes it happens, but I haven't seen so much of adverbs being the answers in filling the gap. So keep that in mind. It is possible, but it's not very popular. Okay, and we have the impossible answers, which may never happen. Pronouns, prepositions, and conjunctions. Okay, now can anyone tell me an example of a preposition? Can anyone tell me an example of a preposition? Okay, I'm waiting, okay? In the meantime, I will try my best to kind of like read the comments on YouTube. Maybe there are comments on YouTube and I don't know. Okay, so how am I going to access my own live here? Okay, so I am actually on my live right now. I can see my screen. Great. So can anyone tell me an example of a preposition? An example of a preposition. Okay, I just need one preposition. Does anyone know an example of a preposition? I'm still waiting. Right, I'm gonna give you guys an example so you know. A preposition. A preposition, for example, in, on, at, for, of. Those are prepositions. Okay? Those words will never be answers in filling the gaps. Okay, so words like in, on, at, for would never be answers. Words such as and, but, however, those are also never, okay? Answers to questions in fill in the gaps. All right, so we know what is possible, okay, the most possible types of questions. We know the less possible types of answers, and we know the less possible types of answers, and we know the impossible type of answers. So we can have some sort of filter. Now, this is going to help you filter the words that will never be the answer. For example, you are considering between the different types of words. If you can identify the type of word, it is possible for you to actually decide which word is the correct answer. Okay, and there's one thing about filling the gaps is that sometimes you can write one word, sometimes you can write two, sometimes you can write three, and sometimes you can write one word and a number, one word or a number. So the most important thing before you start doing answering any questions is to read the instructions. You need to know how many words and or a number you can write, because if you don't know, it is impossible for you to find the correct answer. Okay, you will always guess. My target here is whenever you write or you answer a question, you should know at least 80% if the answer is correct. And I always know 100% if my answer is correct. Now, if I have some doubt about my answers, that those answers are probably wrong. Okay, so we have answers here at in, on, above. Okay, great. All right, so we know that. So this is the very first part of filling the gaps, and we have gone through the theory of filling the gaps, what it is and what you need to do. In filling the gaps, your job is to find the missing words. Okay, and somebody previously was talking about synonyms, and I need to remind you of the synonym trap. Okay, in IELTS reading, it is very, very, very popular and very, very common actually that the keywords are replaced by synonyms. So the keywords in the text are normally replaced by synonyms in the questions. Okay, words that you see in the questions are probably non-existent in the text. So if you are heavily dependent on synonyms on the keywords, you will not find. You need to find the keywords, the synonyms of the keywords. And for that reason, you need to find the meaning of the question. You are not going to find the words, you're going to find the meaning of the sentence in the text. Okay? So now I have a question for you. When I have fill in the gaps questions, should I read the text first or should I read the questions first? My question is very, very simple for you guys. Okay? In filling the gaps, should I read the text first or should I read the questions first? Because there is some latency here between my live stream, the way that I speak here at my speed and on Instagram. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit for people on Instagram to see. I think it's better on YouTube. It's kind of faster and I'm kind of happy. Okay, so we have Angela saying that we should read the question first. Very good. Anyone has another idea? What should I read first? We read the question first or we read the text first? Okay, on Instagram, somebody also said that we read the question first. Very good. We have 2 votes for question. Do we have, okay, we have 3 votes for questions. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? So does anybody choose the text? So we have very regular viewers of my live stream, so they know exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Yes, in filling the gaps, we should read the questions first, but my target is to not read all the questions at once. My target is to read only 1 to 2 questions at the same time. Okay, so at one point of time, I remember only 1 or 2 questions because I don't want to be like remember everything. Okay, my brain is very, very small. I have a small a goldfish memory. I cannot kind of like remember everything. So my target is to remember at any point of time. I remember only 1 to 2 questions. Okay, the reason is very simple because all the answers in IELTS reading normally come in a sequence. Okay, so you have answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, and go on, go on, go on. Okay, of course there are exceptions, but the exceptions are not very much like 1 here and 2 here, right? You always have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Okay, maybe 5 here and then 4 right after that. So it's very simple for people to follow. Again, at any point of time, I remember only 1 to 2 questions. Okay, so remember this. 1 to 2 questions, remember at the same time. If I have fill in the gaps, I will never read the text first before reading the questions. The reason being is, if I don't know what I am looking for, what am I reading it for? Right? I read the text to find the answers. I'm not reading the text for fun. It is not a novel for me to read. So if I don't know what I'm looking for, I'm not going to read because, I need to do something with the text that I'm reading, right? So, yes, the answers are normally in a sequence. So you very likely, I would say 90 to 95% of the times, you would see question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And yes, I said it, right? There are exceptions, but the exceptions are not like 2 here and then 1 down here. No, it's not going to happen that way. You will always have, for example, 1, 2, 3, for example, and then you have 5 and 4 right after that. That's all. You will not have go like through the whole text to find just 1 question. So most of the answers are in a sequence. All right. Keep that in mind. And now we are moving on to the exercise. Okay, so I'm gonna share another screen now. Right. Okay, so can you tell me if you can see my screen? And in particular, can you tell me if you can read the text? If you cannot read the text, I can make it a little bit bigger. Tell me if you can read the text, okay? If you cannot read the text, I can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I will need this. Okay, so we have zoom a little bit. All right. I am at your service. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, just gonna click here to start the test. And can you see it now? Okay, this is the maximum I can do. Actually, I don't know how to make it bigger. I think on Instagram is pretty much, sorry, on YouTube is very, very clear, but not sure on Instagram. Is it better now? Can you tell me? Okay, thank you so much. On YouTube, people saying that it is okay. All right, so on Instagram, also people feel like it is okay, and I'm very happy right now. Okay, so I need to actually tell you this, okay? I'm a low-tech person. Okay? So it's for me to do this, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of learning. I am still learning though, so please bear with me, okay? Thank you so much. All right, so the first thing I would like you to do right now is to, of course, read the text, right? I am not going to ask you to do a lot here. What I'm asking you to do is to, I'm just moving a little bit here. It's easier for you to understand. Now, you should understand that in this exercise, you can write no more than 2 words. So there are 2 options for you. Write 1 word or 2 words, tops. If you write 3 words, even if 2 of those words are the correct answer, it is not counted as a correct answer. Okay, so remember, you can write only 1 word or 2 words. You cannot write more than 2 words. And you cannot write numbers here because according to the instruction, you cannot. You can only write no more than 2 words. So keep that in mind. All right. Due to the restriction of time for our session, I'm going to ask you to do 2 questions only. The first step you're going to do is to read the question. Okay? Read the first question, please. Read the first question very quickly and start reading the text. And then tell me what the answer to question 1 is. Okay, I'm just moving myself a little bit down here on YouTube so people can see. Okay. All right. I want to repeat my request for you. I would like you to read the first question and I would like you to tell me what the answer is. We have 1 answer on Instagram. Very good, Abdul. Very good. Okay. I guess your name is Abdul because it's at the middle. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. I think it's the first time you've joined me, right? We have 1 answer. I'm still waiting for other people to answer and then I will reveal. Read the text, read the question, and then read the text to find the answer to the very first question. Okay, we have a second answer here. We have the third answer also on on Instagram, on YouTube. Oh, everybody is doing very well. I mean, do I even need to explain to you guys? Do I even need to explain your answer? I think you already got it. And I'm very happy. Okay. I'm very happy right now. See, the thing about learning is that we have to do it together, right? If I keep talking and you don't do it, for me, it feels really, I feel shy, to be honest. I feel like I'm talking to myself. And now I have you guys here. I'm very happy. Okay. Now there are a lot of words here, but I think you guys got it. Yes, actually. All right. So the answer is correct. Your answer is correct. All of you answered correctly. Okay. The answer is environmental. Okay. Very good. Environmental is the answer. So I'm just gonna it's very wrong. Yeah. On YouTube, somebody said that it's long and boring. I know. IELTS reading is not something that we do for fun, right? It's something that we have to do. I agree with you. I 100% agree with it. It's boring. But, you know, if we don't do it well, we will not get the answer we need and we will not be able to move forward. So I'm just going to highlight the word environment here, okay? Actually, on the website, you can highlight, see. You see how I am very bad. Okay, I highlighted it. The answer here, environmental, okay? Now, the same thing I would like you to do for question number 2. I would like you to read question number 2 first and continue reading from the word environmental down, okay? Because it is very, very possible that the answer will be after that, after the word environmental. Okay, environmental is here, and the answer is probably down over here. So I would like you to read the question first, and then continue reading from the word environmental down to find the answer. Okay? We are just doing question 2 now. We are not moving on to question 3 yet. But if you already have answers to question 3, please just keep it for yourself, okay? Don't review to other people. It's okay. I want answers for question 2, please. I want an answer for question 2. And by the way, all of these are available on my website for free, www.practice9.co. Okay, what I'm showing you here is my website. For free, practice tests are free. Soil degradation. Okay, we have one answer. We have here Mivi said that it is diseases. Okay. 2, ecological balance. All right, I'm just waiting. Okay. There are a lot of words here, I understand. A lot of words. Ecological balance. Okay, we have 2 ecological balance. 2 answers as ecological balance. Oh, actually 1. So 1 diseases and 1 soil degradation. And we have another one, composting. Maybe are you changing? So is your final answer diseases or composting? I'm still waiting for more answers. Soil degradation. Okay, very good, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining again. Anyone has another answer before I reveal the correct one? Organic farming. Oh, I think Mivi is answering all the questions. She's not like she. I'm saying, why would I assume that you are a she? Now, I will tell you one thing, okay? This is fun fact. The majority of my followers on social media are female. That's true. And the majority of my clients are female. So for some reason, I should assume somebody being a woman. I am so sorry. All right, so I'm gonna reveal the answer to you guys. This is the answer. Okay. Raise your hand if this is your answer. Is soil degradation. Okay, this is the answer. I know it's a little bit complicated now. There are a lot of words that you may not know. And the problem is, if you don't know the words, sometimes it's very, very difficult to answer the questions. So unfortunately, you need to learn more vocabulary if you have problem with vocabulary, especially when you are dealing with IELTS academic. Okay? In IELTS academic, this is very popular. All right? So, sorry to other people who did not answer correctly. It's okay to make 1 or 2 mistakes. That's still fine. If you make 1 mistake, you still get 9. IELTS reading, don't worry about that, okay? If you make 2, you will get 8.5. So don't worry about it. Right. Do you guys want to do question number 3? Or do you think that it is enough now? Because I don't want to take a lot more of your time. Raise your hand if you want to do question number 3. Oh, raise your hand if you want to do question number 3. All right. If you want to do question number 3, I'm going to give you some time restriction, okay? I'm going to give you 1 minute to read the question and find the answer to question number 3, okay? I like you to read question number 3, and then you try your best to start reading from this word, soil degradation, and find answer to question number 3. Okay, I give you 1 minute only. 1 minute only. And you guys are enjoying this. And I am also enjoying this. I am going to give you time. I'm going to do this. 1 minute only, okay? See? Counting, counting, counting. We got 1 answer here. 30 seconds was what Abdul needed. Okay, on Instagram, we got organic farming, organic farming. I think on YouTube, somebody also said organic farmers. Do you want to check your spelling? Remember, okay, if you spell a word wrong, it is, oh, it's already 1 minute. What did I do? Remember this, if you spell your answer wrong, it is considered a wrong answer. Okay, so do not spell it wrong, basically. Try your best not to. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute has passed. Anyone has another answer? I think, okay, composting, we have another answer, is composting. Composting. We are dealing with a question. Okay, very good. Right, so in this question, there are two possible answers. Okay, in this question, there are two possible answers. The first answer is, for sure here, people already answer, is composting. The first possible answer is composting. If your answer is composting, it is correct. Okay, and for question 3, the second answer is not organic farming. It is organic only. Okay, the word organic is the answer. Why? Because you already have the word farming over here. Okay, the word farming is over here already. So if you put farming over here, you put organic farming, the word farming is excessive. So there are two possible answers for this question. The first one is organic. I write it here, okay? Organic. And the second one is composting. Okay? These are what we get from the text is over here. Either organic or composting. Okay, organic, composting. All right, now the problem here is, I understand it's very popular here, that when you see the word, the phrase organic farming techniques, you put organic farming over here. It's very popular, but then you have to know that at the end of this sentence, the entire sentence is here, right? The entire the sentence is here, and the word farming is already in the sentence. So you should put organic or compost. Okay, don't put both, just organic or compost. If you put organic farming, it is not correct. It is not counted as correct. So be very careful. This is one of the tricks in IELTS reading. Sometimes you feel like your answer is correct, but you have to read the entire sentence in the question to make sure that the word, any of the words, none of the words basically are in the sentence already. So in this sentence, the whole thing here is one sentence. All right, and in this sentence, the word farming is already here. For that reason, if you put organic farming, that's not correct. So for 3, without farming, correct. So for number 3, there are two possible questions. Two possible answers. The first one is organic. The second one is compost. Okay, don't put both, either one of them only. All right, so I like to, and then we have also here Abdul also answer question number 4, which is what ecosystem. I think you should reconsider that. It's not the ecosystem, no. Anyway, so I think it's enough for today. You've been like sharing with me your time a lot, so I really appreciate it. Okay, I really appreciate you joining my live. You should understand that if I live and nobody's there, or if I live and we have some questions and nobody's answering, I feel very shy. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you guys have learned something today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I would prefer specific questions, by the way, because if you don't give me a specific questions, it's very difficult for me to answer. So we have a question here. I will just answer the last question of today's live, which is how to upgrade our vocabulary. So I have, well, vocabulary is something that you need to upgrade over time. It doesn't happen overnight. So you need to do a little bit of self-practice. For example, read books, watch movies and things like that. However, if you have a very, very short period of time for practicing for the IELTS exam, I don't recommend you spend too much time improving your vocabulary because it will not happen overnight and it will take a lot of time for you to improve. Instead, I would like you to use what you already know. Now, there are one way that I highly recommend you do if you have a little bit more time to improve your vocabulary. Just like today's exercise, you can take the vocabulary from this, for example, this IELTS reading and learn the vocabulary. For example, in today's exercise, we talk about farming, agriculture, and everything, right? Take a few words from this exercise and learn. So you learn vocabulary based on the topic, and also you learn vocabulary based on what you already did with this reading exercise. So you will remember, you possibly will remember the vocabulary longer. And if you want to improve your vocabulary by topics, I also have a list of vocabulary by topic on my website. It is for free, entirely for free. You can just go and, take a look at the list. It's on my website, practice9, www.practice9.co. Okay, go there to the free resources section. You will see the collection of vocabulary, so you can do that. And again, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next week also on Monday. I try my best to do every Monday. All right, so I'll see you on Monday next week. Bye.